Welcome to another episode of MiniQuest 64. I'm Sergey, and if you saw the thumbnail, you already know what's coming. This isn't the video I wanted to make in the first place, but sadly something went very wrong, and I'm going to show you what happened, how it happened, and what I'm going to do to avoid it the next time. And yes, I will make this diorama again in the future and show you every step that's necessary. So what happened? I had an idea after I watched a video from Goobertown Hobbies where he created a fish tank. I put the link in the video description, and I wanted to create something similar but in my own style with an infamous fish from a famous video game series named Donkey Kong Country from the old SNES. Enguarde. Maybe you remember him. He was an animal buddy that helped you out in an underwater level. This is the first time in the video game Donkey Kong Country where we meet Enguarde, and he guides us through this water level. This was a project where you would need a variety of skills, including 3D printing with resin and PLA, as well as post-processing, creating a base and sculpting with milliput and green stuff, how to cuddle a dog, how to paint the miniatures and the base, how to make a mold for the epoxy resin, and how to create a little circuit that will lighten everything with a couple of LEDs. And everything worked fine up to the point where it didn't, and that was when I was preparing the epoxy for the mold. I had a problem which wasn't the epoxy itself, but rather a time schedule. I hadn't that much time left for the resin to cure or dig down and do some research on the whole epoxy topic, which I should have done. So I sat down and thought very hard about the pros and cons about rushing this down with the materials I already got, just to make it in time.
Do it! Just do it!
Okay, fuck it, we just do it. So I mixed the epoxy and the hardener with some blue ink. And then everything went into the mold. At first it looked pretty good. Then suddenly I saw some bubbles which were coming right out of his eye. That doesn't seem right.
And it's gone. Poof.
So it went down as bad as it could. The layer was too thick, produced too much heat, the mold started to melt down, and I poured some water around the mold to stop everything and cool it down. The epoxy resin warped and created many big bubbles inside and then cured instantly. My motivation at this point was at an all-time low. So I did what every German would do in this situation. I decided to finish the diorama anyway and show you a glimpse of what it could have been in the end. So I sanded the epoxy down. These are some of the 3D printed parts that I designed for this diorama. I made a little pocket for a battery case and a little hole where all the cables would go through, as well as the two logos from the Donkey Kong Country series and the Rare logo, the best game developer of all time. Then I did some really rough soldering, since it didn't matter if it looked good or not anymore. The epoxy was a complete disaster, and that's how epoxy works. Either it's perfectly fine or a catastrophe. For the next try, I will choose an epoxy that fits our use case and can be poured into one thick layer of about 10 cm. That epoxy should also harden very slowly, so it doesn't produce too much heat in the procedure. Thinking about many days or weeks here. Here you can see our miscast in all its glory, and here with the lights on. I promise to do this again. Maybe I can make another diorama in some spare time while making other content for this channel. Maybe you already guessed what went wrong here, or maybe this was helpful for you. Anyway, write it down in the comments and let me know. Thank you for watching my little stupid video this time. Leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Anything would be very helpful. So see you next time and have a nice day.